Yeah.
Yeah, he is unbelievable.
Yeah, he jumps like 500.
We'll see him in a moment. Subs out in this rotation. But we will get things going. MPSF play underway tonight. BYU's undefeated record on the line. 15-match win streak versus UCLA. Here we go, the rivalry. Bruins and Cougars on BYU TV. Great to have you with us. Gardini out of the back to start. And you better believe BYU knows what this match means. Carl McGowan, longtime great men's volleyball coach at BYU that won multiple national titles here. At his funeral a couple years ago, his son Chris said, "My dad taught me that it's okay to hate UCLA."
That's so great.
The rivalry goes into
Carl was smiling, I know it.
funerals. Yes. And out of the back row, Alex Knight sees what Gardini does and answers it. The big 1-1.
This is going to be a fun night tonight.
Alex Knight, the Volleyball Mag National High School Player of the Year a year ago. It's Matt Youngren.
It was weird. It's like had more topspin than you would think.
That seemed pretty diggable.
I got the same thing.
Over the top of the triple, but tough time for Alex Knight getting there. 2-1. Gardini gets his second.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of heat on that, but going over the block, probably not able to even see that ball come out, and then it kind of went away from him. So yeah, tough ball to pass.
When will we see Jimma swing?
Well, don't blink, because the ball will probably go straight down when you do.
There's our first, and he's blocked. And now, so Jimma is blocked on his first attempt. He played the first 3 matches of the year, got a concussion, and has been out since, but here he is tonight, and is blocked immediately.
Yeah, that was hit pretty well, but BYU all over it.
And how many times will we see Jensen go on 2, meaning he just swings instead of setting? Good eye by the libero Cole Pender, the sophomore from Newport Beach. 3-2.
I remember back when Jesse Gant was setting and Kevin Hambly the middle. They would run the Hambly, which was just a high pass, and instead of setting it, Hambly would just go up and bomb on 2.
That's way out in front of Jensen and sends it out. Now he has 22 aces, and he's a 6'10" lefty, so that is certainly a different ball coming off his hand. That one goes way out. He did not serve very well in the warm-up.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was just a bad toss, and he was just trying to keep that ball in, because I think he typically has a top spin jump.
And here's Gabi Garcia Fernandez.
Top spin jumps.
Handled. And there's Jimma on the left side, by the way. Free ball from BYU. And there's Jimma.
There he is.
Who hits it in. Now, how many times will you ever see what we just saw? Dane and Jimma just hit on the left side and in the middle on the same play.
He just tells the setter, hey, I'm going to hit out here. Okay, well, whatever you want to do, man.
He is the most versatile athletic player I've ever seen. He is fantastic.
Nice serve. Got BYU in some trouble. Nice bump set.
Block, BYU resets. Transition, back to Gardini. One popped high. Here's Knight, and he is roof. And he is roof.
I think I see a little bit of angle if I just try to, or not. BYU showing it and taking it away there.
Gardini. And our conversation with John Sprout before the match, he did mention now Jensen in going on 2, Gardini's a tougher matchup for us.
Yeah.
Because he's 6'9" and he's quick, got those long arms, so he's aware.
Yeah, and I was asking Sean if they were going to try to line up their biggest and best block against him, and he said, we're not going to change what we do. We're too good at what we're doing as it is, so we're not doing that.
Gardini 3 for 4 early, 2 out of the big, 6-3 BYU.
Maybe Gardini wants to go 18 out of 34 with no errors, as Gabby did in the first matchup against Santa Barbara.
Here is the sophomore who had a different haircut last year, by the way, in the game. It's a little more loose this year. And that's one way out.
Getting after that one, but missing it way long.
Expect a good crowd here tonight. It did snow a lot today. It was one of those days that was taking an hour to get to work for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That normally would be 20 minutes.
My hand's up, by the way, right now. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah. BYU averaging 4,000 this season. I'm thinking we're high 2,000s. And the trickle off the tape from Jimma as he shrugs his shoulders like Jordan against the Blazers.
That is so hard to teach, that serve right there.
His 7th ace of the year.
That thing was like the bottom end of the tape and rolled its way on up and over.
6-5. Crowd making some noise for the Canadian. Into the net and off by a lot.
Yeah, that's a high toss. Might have come down with a little snow on it too.
Jim has got his game face on. I walked by him and I said, "Hey, good luck tonight." And he just looked at me and then kept walking off. I'm sure I caught him by surprise, but
no time for autographs right now, son. Okay.
I'm sure he's nice. I caught him probably in a weird time.
Yeah.
Here's Jensen.
Oh, wow.
Youngren. Matt Youngren, redshirt senior from Escondido, California. Had a great match on Saturday. 9:0-12, hit 6-6-7.
That was a beautiful swing, very quick.
There's the off the block National Freshman of the Week from a couple weeks ago, Cole Kuczynski out of Toronto, from the international squad from UCLA as well. Garcia Fernandez blocked, but UCLA into the net. One Cougars, 8-6. Here's Will Stanley. The senior setter who was on BYU Sports Nation this morning said, "Last year I would have given my other leg to play in that match. It's UCLA, it's the rival. You want to be in that game."
Absolutely. Nice pass. Oh,
it goes on two.
There it is.
Into the net for Jensen. And it's that quick. And it's such an offensive weapon for UCLA. 6'10", Mazku Jensen.
He's got to be a lefty, too. There's no way a right-handed setter can pull that off.
He's got to be a lefty, exactly.
And 9 feet tall, too. That helps.
John Sprouse said that's not a thing for him in Europe. He didn't go on two a lot as Yalhiainen gets the kill. I've had to encourage him to do it, to be more aggressive at the
Oh, wow. Well, that's the beautiful thing about being so big. The tighter the pass, the better, especially when you're 6'10", and you can get up there and get that ball, because it's just going to throw the block off, especially if you're front row.
He has 22 kills and hitting .724 the last 3 matches. I mean, that is insane. And here he goes on 3 and hits it just out. And it is kind of a heavy ball, and it's deep in the court. So it's going to be interesting to see. We've never called a match where we have a 6'10" dude going on 2 a lot.
Yeah, how often do you see the libero setting the setter on the third contact?
Right.
It never happens.
It's unique. Eschenberg threw his changeup. Nobody home.
Barely got that. That was a bit of a spatchy, but got the back end of the court.
Cole Kuczynski with his first kill. 5 different Bruins. Yep, 5 different Bruins with the kill. Here's Youngren. Goes lining out.
That's a scary serve. That guy's going right in the corner.
11-8. I asked Gabi Garcia Fernandez before the match, when did you know this was a rivalry? And he said it wasn't until the 3rd match we played in 2018 when we won the MPSF tournament title, but we lost to them on their court in the national semifinal, the Final Four. And it was then where he said, "Oh, okay, we don't like those guys."
Yeah, it's on.
Then he felt it, right? And that was with Lucas Slabe and, Sean Olmstead and everyone, Jalen Reyes saying, no, this is the rival. Like, this goes back a long way. It took until the 3rd one for him to go,
whatever.
You know what?
That's
now I feel it.
right?
And that ended BYU season.
Sometimes it takes a loss to be able to feel something like that. Oh, tough serve.
Overpass. Matautia. And that was all Jensen on the serve.
Yeah, big time.
Matautia, the former Hawaiian Rainbow Warrior, actually played club with Will Stanley in Hawaii. So those two matching up.
Will trying to show a block that could not exist being in the back row.
Another offering from Jensen. Another tough serve. Found his groove in the second time around. This one blocked. It's back on BYU's side. Stanley back to Gardini. And he went for the dump and it was blocked. And we are tied at 11 in set 1.
Wow, I'm sure they've seen that too. I know they've been scouting BYU. Looked like there was some line open, but nice job taking it away.
Kuczynski all over it. The kill and now the block.
Kuczynski. Holy smokes, that's a big serve.
Overpass and down off the pass. Oh my goodness. How many times do you see that?
That serve is scary. That's a big time serve right there. That's world class.
Gardini with the pass kill.
He's like, it all counts the same in the scorebook.
Alex Knight's not fast enough.
Wow.
And Jensen's got to be, I'd be upset and go, dude. And now it's Gabi Garcia Fernandez, handled by Matautia. Kaczynski in the middle. How unique are these sets?
Yeah, these guys are
in the middle,
pulling out all the stops. And nobody home there, too. That's an open net for him.
6'8" freshman from Toronto. Matautia, the senior.
That was a weird toss. It seemed like he was a little bit out of sorts all the way through that.
13-12. Fourth service error for the Bruins. There's Davide Gardini. 8th in the NCAA in hitting percentage, 3rd in kills per set.
Oh, tried to take a little bit off.
And that was a poor swing.
I don't know if he was trying to do like the little roll shot over or the bad toss, but yeah, that was middle of the net.
13s. Jimma can be a weapon from the line as well. 2-time first-team All-American. From Ontario, Canadian national team guy. Produces hip-hop music.
Oh, way over. Whoa. Almost his
Hasn't
entire
found
foot.
the groove quite yet.
BYU's going to have to start being worried about Maz if that guy gets his groove on. That guy's got a big serve.
And knowing when he's front row is going to be really important for you to identify. Fajeda. Jensen, high for Knight, off hands. Going in transition. Quickly to Eschenberg. Zach Eschenberg, the senior from Newbury Park, had 12 kills and 2 aces on Saturday. He was awesome. Timeout on the court. BYU up 5th. Cougars undefeated. UCLA 5-3. First MPSF match for both. Out of the timeout, here's Felipe Gibrito Fajeda.
Ooh, thought that was going long.
Matt Youngren with a kill, and there's our first SVR of the night. That's the Steve Vail rule. There's an extended timeout. The other team ends up getting a point.
Okay. Maz is back in the front row. One thing we haven't talked about, UCLA is doing that thing where they've got a libero for serve receive and a libero for defense.
Yes, good point.
Interesting. Look at that bump set, holy smokes.
For Eschenberg. Oh, man. And then the block by Yauhiainen and Eschenberg.
That set looked like it was a little far inside and kind of, I don't know if I'd say that he fed him to the block, but seemed like he wasn't quite in the right position to get after that, and Yauhiainen all over it.
Yeah, it was Cole Power out. Now Cole Pender back in, so Cole is going to be the guy regardless.
Whoa, that thing dropped off the table.
Another block for BYU. Make it 4. And BYU up 17-14. Timeout, Bruins. Alex Knight stuffed. He has 1 kill on 4 swings, hitting in the negative. BYU up 3, 17-14. Timeout on the court.
Are you looking for a better way to deliver results this year? Expanding your product line or building new locations? How about your online presence? Does it need a boost? Maybe you just want to put a little more distance between you and the competition. Tap into the powerful engine of BYU Athletics and let us put together a plan unique to your business. We can provide you with the tools designed to enhance your brand on a local, regional, or national level. We invite your team to join ours. For details, email sponsorship@byu.edu today.
Couture luxurious blanket. Getting cozy with family and friends. A gift for everyone. Minky Couture, official luxury blanket of BYU Athletics.
BYU started its program in 1990 in the NCAA. Had a club team before that, but since 90, BYU leads the series 36-34, 24-10 in Provo, and a notable win streak since 09. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In LA, of course, UCLA leads it. Forever, Al Skates and the Bruins dominated the sport, right?
Yeah.
BYU seemed like the first team to kind of had a nice string of national championships to upset that run. 99, 01, and 04, 3 and 6 years. And Carl McGowan and Al Skates, that rivalry was so good. Those guys, not fans of the other guy, respected certainly that, but there's another SVR, by the way. UCLA calls the timeout, gets it, so 2 for 2. The rivalry was so intense that when the other team would go to the other venue, they wouldn't let that team practice on the actual court until the match.
Right.
So UCLA would come to town and Carl McGowan would say, sorry, the Smith Fieldhouse is not available. You have to go to the Richards building over here. And UCLA would do the same thing. And,
right.
Oh, sorry, Poly Pavilion or the Wooden Center's not available. You
There's
gotta
a
go
rec
there.
center down the street.
Yeah, maybe go to the beach. Those two
Isn't that funny?
not fond of each other. Now we have John Sprague, who's an incredibly likable guy. Sean Olmstead, crazy chill and awesome, right? So it has a different tenor for sure. But there's still a rivalry.
But the
there.
rivalry is
These
still
two know
there.
about. And a couple in a row, and look at this, we are tied at 17. The Bruins blocking Garcia Fernandez.
Yeah, we went into that break. Cougars with 4.5 blocks to 1 block for UCLA. But yeah, they're narrowing that gap in a hurry.
Look who did it, Jensen, 6'10". Alex Knight outside.
And rally killer. That's a tough one. It's that fine line that you've got to walk. You got to put on some pressure. You got to serve tough. But every once in a while, I won't get away from you like that.
I never got away from you.
Never, ever, ever.
That's right. And
Or
that,
Zach,
that
ever.
one goes long as well, 18s. Zach Eschenberg's brother Ian plays for UCLA. He's on the bench over there, number 19. And then their brother Tim is going to play at Lewis. He's actually on his mission in Belém, Brazil. So they're going to have 3 in the NCAA. Pretty wild at some point.
Nice swing.
Zach will graduate, of course. But Gabi Garcia Fernandez putting BYU back on top. 3 from the same family. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, how many boys this guy's got?
Good question.
It's a lot of Eschenbergers.
Eschenbergers.
Beef
1918.
meat.
Steve Reinflesh. You miss him, don't you?
I do.
Look at Jim.
Oh.
BYU into the net.
Oh, they did. Yeah, we reached a little too far.
Yeah, Fajeda. That's the one.
He's like, yeah, but I'm touching 12 feet. I should be able to reach wherever I want. Yeah. It's a little too much. Trying to put a little bit on that. Tough serve.
There's Jensen again, or Jensen, excuse me. There's Danish, goes into the net. The variance in which he's missed to made his serves, if you will, has been wide. The first time around, big miss. That last time, big miss.
Yeah.
But the time in the middle was
just bombs.
yeah, nailing it. There's Gabi Garcia Fernandez.
Holy smokes.
Knight handles it enough. High for
Pretty well
Gemma.
passed. Pretty good pass.
On the left side, by the way. Eschenberg hits it out.
Out.
20s. Big miss.
Yeah, looks like he had a little room over there. Going thumb down to that corner, but missed it.
And probably trying to avoid Gemma in the middle a little bit.
Heck yeah.
No, Gemma was on the left side. Excuse me, saw an opening.
Oh, that was close. Look at that.
Ooh, that might
I
be
think
it.
that was in.
But no challenge from BYU. Matautia, good serve.
Great pass on a very tough serve.
Gardini off of full power, 21-20. Crunch time here in set 1 for these two.
That's the thing. Anytime you get somebody big at the service line, it's really important to get those guys off as fast as possible. Because once you get a couple serves under you, you feel really comfortable going 100%.
BYU, I think, was first in line when Micah graduated.
Oh my word,
They're
that
like,
guy.
congratulations.
I
Good
know.
job for
Bye.
graduating. Yeah,
Bye.
thank you for not being here
Don't let
anymore.
the screen door hit you.
He was amazing. Kaczynski nearly got it
Look
down.
at that. Gabi.
Gardini on the right side, and that is out. So it's an error fest at the end of set 1. Neither team keeping the ball in here. Tied at 21 apiece. Gemma out. Serving sub in. Sam Burgee, redshirt freshman from Laguna Beach. He's got the healthy stash going.
Oh, for real.
Got a lot of vitamin D down there in Southern California.
Sam Elliott would be proud.
Great serve. High for Gabi Garcia Fernandez. who has 3 kills on 4 swings. 22-21.
Yeah, Gabby's got angle, and then he's got hard angle. That might have been hard angle.
See him kind of turn his wrist.
Yeah. It's
Didn't
cool
throw his
because
fastball there.
you can't really tell because it's really not the arm swing, it's the wrist action that's going to make that ball go to the hard angle.
John Stanley, who can serve this hybrid floater. Kaczynski, soft
Oh,
block.
nice touch.
Step up. This one's going to be tight on the net for somebody. Jauhiainen.
That could have been called. That was a weird set.
And then off the block from the freshman Alex Knight from Culver City. 22s.
I thought you were giving a shout out to our buddies at Off the Block.
Always. We love Vinny and company. They do a great job covering the game.
Yes, they do.
It's Kaczynski, the freshman. Oh, what should have been an easy serve receive wasn't. Jensen with the one-hander, and he'll swing. Easy dig. Stanley. Quickly to Eschenberg, and he finds the cord. 23-22. Zach Eschenberg, 2 kills.
Zach has done a very good job the last few weeks filling in that number 2 outside position, and boy, he is just getting it done.
Hitting into the UCLA bench where his brother is sitting over there. We'll see if we see Ian in the match.
Yeah, he looks like it's
Stanley off the tape, trickled over. High from Kaczynski.
Open net.
BYU was sitting middle hard.
Yes, they
Kaczynski's
were.
got some easy opens.
Yeah, I think they had like 4, maybe 5 guys up on the middle on that one.
And Jensen is front row, so BYU went 2 up on him.
Yeah,
And that is the attention that Jensen can draw.
absolutely. And how big is that, right? Because now you've got an open net.
It's
for a
how
very
big?
strong arm.
6'10". Whoa! Set point. BYU can get out right now. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
There are some little kids over there too.
Oh, watch out.
Yeah, get behind me.
24-23. Perfect
Yes,
pass from
yes.
Pender. Blocked, kept alive. It might have been going out. Free ball for the set for BYU. Stanley high for Garcia Fernandez. Dug up. Kaczynski
Out of there.
out.
Oh, there's a touch.
Touch called. We're tied at 24. No appeal from BYU, the players at least.
The line judge didn't get it. See if we can see it here.
It's going to be yes because,
Yes,
yeah, I got the
ma'am.
pinky.
That's perfect. Yep,
If
great call.
Gardini hadn't touched it, he would have freaked out, right?
That's probably very true.
Gardini.
Oh, look at that up.
Knight.
Oh,
Into the net
rewards
from
him with
Knight.
the set, but unable to convert on that one.
Set point. Number 2.
Blocking sub for BYU. That is a huge front row.
6'7", 6'9", 6'9".
The wall of Brigham.
Set point 2. Jauhiainen. Cross court at Mataltia.
Pass.
Jensen. Jimma is
wow.
blocked.
I bet they go back. Oh,
Jensen went on 2, and look at that.
there it is. I thought for sure Jim was going to get that next ball.
And look how far Jauhiainen went to chase that one. 25 apiece. Timeout BYU after 2 set points, thwarted by the Bruins.
Yeah, these guys are playing very well. Playing Cougars very, very tough.
Another look. So this is going on 2. Assesses the defense, and it's not a big swing.
That
and
one
Will
was not.
Stanley was there, but
Yeah,
Not
that
always ready
was
for
more of a just a dump. But again, it's just I bet you they were thinking the same thing I was, which is key Gemma. He's going to get this ball for sure. And there you go. Very, very powerful 6'10" lefty.
UCLA has 2 players that nobody else does in terms of what they do in the country.
Yeah.
So it's Jensen at 6'10" as the setter who's going on 2, left-handed, Danish, big, physical, and then Jimma. So
Yeah.
what they can do offensively is unique. Now they've had some losses that are head-scratching, like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Penn State
interesting.
Princeton and UCSD?
Right.
It's one thing to lose to UCSD. It's another in 3. Where you
Yeah,
go,
they get swept.
sorry, excuse me?
Right.
But the capability of UCLA is such that they can come into Provo and challenge BYU, and here they are.
There's a lot of guys getting reps out there for UCLA. There are a lot of guys that'll get some court time And even in the timeouts, I'm seeing guys do some pretty serious warm-ups as opposed to BYU guys are over there peppering, which normally that's what you'll do, just to kind of stay warm. But they're stretching and doing different kinds of moves to stay absolutely warm to come in at a moment's notice.
I've always wondered that. Can you imagine during a basketball game, during a timeout, the rest of the players
not in
the huddle, they're just shooting? I was like, wait, if they come in, do they not know the game plan? What's going on?
They're all just dunking balls. And
25s into extras we are. Jensen. Out. Set point 3 for BYU.
That was a very, very smart timeout to allow Maz to think about it.
And the pride of Puerto Rico, Gabi Garcia Fernandez back to serve, number 2 all time in aces. Went from 4 to 2 last week.
Oh,
and goes out.
Snatched it.
So 3 set points avoided, which, by the way, UCSB had a match point in set 4 on Saturday, and BYU able to get out of there with a win.
and Gabi bombs that jump serve. Everybody thought it was out, even the line judge. But on the replay, saw it was in by 1.5 feet. It's so fast.
Now Taltia into the bench. Set point 4. 10th service error for UCLA. It's Davide Gardini. Now Jimma on the right side, by the way. Keep an eye on that.
Who knows where he's going to swing? He might hit from the outside again. Who knows? I don't know where he's sitting.
It's Gardini. Pulls Jensen away about 5 meters. Knight blocked.
Got it through.
Off the triple and down for the freshman Alex Knight. 4 kills for him.
Another very dangerous server at the line for UCLA.
And 4 set points staved off by the Bruins. There's Jimma. Hasn't found it yet from the line. Keeps it in.
Nice pass.
Beheda off of the tape and trickles over for set point 5.
Felipe using the equipment. A little help getting that side out.
And Jimma not in this rotation. Jensen,
Well,
Youngren,
really
blocked by
low.
Yauhiainen.
Nobody liked
Off
that
the
set.
block.
That was a little deep. It was.
Cole Pender.
It was almost like he was trying to show that he was going to the opposite and then back over to the outside, but it was a little bit deep.
He almost used his right hand a little more than the left, right?
Yeah.
Just to get up there. Crowd didn't like it. It's Cole Kuczynski. Yauhiainen.
Okay.
Yeah. Set point 6. UCLA never able to turn it. BYU has sided out after that every time.
And Will Stanley, who also has a very tough jump serve, has opted not to bring it for the last few weeks just to make sure he doesn't hurt himself again.
Jensen, cross court. Knight, blocked. Still alive. Knight with
Whoa.
the back bump. That was weird.
Back jump bump. That was
Jensen,
weird.
Kuczynski off of the head of Worthington.
That was the craziest jump, bump, swing, reverse. There's no name for that. Somebody help me with a name. Somebody can text in with a name.
How about this? UCLA 6 times there's been set point. Knight to Gardini. Stanley. Gabi Garcia Fernandez. Yes.
Got it.
We are up to 7 set points. This reminds me of 2016 BYU against Ohio State at Penn State. BYU had this situation, didn't win the set.
Wow.
Where we saw this many set points. 7 now. 30-29. They used to play to 30. Now it's on accident. Kuczynski through the block
Touch.
and out. And BYU wins set 1, 31-29.
Wow, that went right through. A bit of a seam there. Not a whole lot of room. This is a great angle right here. But yeah, I went right through the block.
No touch and out.
Would have been beautiful if he'd found the court.
And Alex Knight having a chat for a moment. To deep extras we go. BYU's longest set of the season, 31-29. BYU up 1-0 on number 7 UCLA.
of set points. Crazy. That was a very well fought set. Loved it.
And UCLA never got its own set point in that. BYU always able to just answer and then keep it there. UCLA keeping the set alive, but never took the offensive there. Fernandez wipes off the block after hitting the antenna. 1-0 BYU. Jerem Jordan, Steve Bale, and our crew here in the Smith Fieldhouse. Some more people filing in. Not your typical UCLA BYU crowd due to the snow, I believe, and perhaps being a Thursday night. But here we are. Glad you're joining us here on BYU TV or the app. Zach Eschenberg.
Both those serves were pretty tough and handled perfectly.
Kept alive by
look at
Gardini.
Davide.
He's been so good defensively this year. Touch given.
She saw it. I didn't see it, but apparently.
And 2 quick kills for Garcia Fernandez.
Look at Davide. 6'9" libero. Loved it.
I talked to Davide Gardini this week in depth for a while, and I said, what's the thing that has fueled you as a volleyball player? And he said, the fact that people don't think I can pass. As Jauhiainen versus Jensen. Got some European battle with the net right there.
Love it.
And Gardini told me, growing up, people thought, oh, you're tall, but you can't pass. You can't dig. And he said, I was bothered by that, and I've worked so hard on that. And this year, he's been much better digging the ball.
I was just going to say, and passing. Like, his passing is flawless. And he's like one of the couple of sets, he had more digs than a libero, if I remember right. Like, he's doing really well defensively.
He leads the team in digs.
Yeah, there you go.
How about that?
He has worked pretty hard.
So good for him.
But we better not see him in an off-color jersey.
It's a little too tall.
Right. That's too much of proving your point. Oh, wow.
Eschenberg out of the back row.
Yeah, there's a little adrenaline there because Eschenberg was flying out of the back row.
For him. Concordia Irvine just beat UC Irvine in set 1. That one's underway.
Oh.
So a bit of the battle for Irvine going down right now. There's Jauhiainen. Quickly to Maltautia, the block.
Close.
And the lift called.
Is that what it was? Was it a lift, not a double? I was wondering what it was because it did stick a little. Yeah.
Their scorebox is presented by Brady Industries, a provider of commercial cleaning supplies and equipment.
She's like, I owed you one from before.
Let's hope not. Should work that way, but yeah.
It should not work that way.
I feel you. 5-2 on the service error. So UCLA with 2 points, both errors from BYU. BYU 4 for 5 early in this set. And here's Jensen, who fueled UCLA to a mid-set comeback down 17-14.
Wow,
that was on.
Serve.
Stanley, this is out of system swing, off the block.
I am really shocked.
Just bumped it out of bounds.
Really shocked he didn't go up and just bomb that ball off of the block because it just kind of sat up there, right there on the plane, and tried to pass it to the up ref. But she's not able to set you, just so you know.
Here's Jensen again.
That's a lesson you only have to learn once.
Look at Eschenberg neo his way out of the way.
Yeah, for real.
By the way, they're shooting Matrix 4 right now.
Mr. Anderson.
I just found that out today.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think they're doing another John Wick, too. He's like...
John Wick 4.
He's like...
He's
50 years old.
Keanu Reeves is alive and well, plus Bill and Ted 3, right?
Oh, that's right. I did hear that.
And the ace from Gabi Garcia Fernandez. Most excellent.
Party on. Another big serve. See,
so great.
Everybody passes a really tough jump serve if you serve it in their pocket, but that one very, very much in the seam or the hubby wife serve. Hard to get a hand on that one, and that one well out of bounds.
The city of Provo has asked that his right arm be registered, so they're working on that.
Yeah, if he ever serves at you out on the street, then he's probably going to go away.
He's doing charity all over the place. What are you talking about?
He's going to be not that kind of serve.
Oh, 7-4, Matautia out of bounds. We should mention Brandon Rattray didn't make the trip, 5th-year senior from San Diego, ankle injury. Sprained his ankle really badly in the fall. He was the opposite for a couple of years. That's a big injury. Yeah. Played one match at Damon on January 2nd, but hasn't played this year at all as Gardini goes into that. He's been a little off from the line. That's a big deal, too, for this team. They haven't had Jimmer with the concussion. They haven't had Rattray with the ankle injury. They're getting they have a new setter with Jensen after having Micah Ma as a starter for 4 years and Hagen Smith for a while there in that 6-2. It's a new look UCLA.
Yeah, and Maz is, we've seen, very, very good and definite threat. But he's young. He's only a freshman. He's only going to get better, which is scary.
And Jensen thought, no, we got it up. But they never, whistle came, looked like there, but it never got played up anyway.
Yeah,
Youngren, I mean, even if the whistle hadn't blown.
They had just 2 more contacts, maybe.
9-5. Quickly to Alex Knight. Now, we saw that with UCSB. They ran such a fast offense, one of the fastest we had ever seen in here. And if you can push it out there, Alex Knight can beat the block to the spot.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, you see, Will took off a little early to get out there. That ball just hard off the fingers. How are there not more broken fingers in this game?
It's amazing. Maybe there are. We just don't know about it.
Yeah, they're just really tough.
Yeah.
Just tape me up. I'm good. Me back out there.
10-6. BYU had this one in control since 5-1. Stanley, the senior from Honolulu, number 2 in the country in assists per set.
Oh, that just
goes
sailed.
So combined 23 service errors. That's fun. Stanley, the defensive player of the week in the MPSF, back-to-back weeks. How about that?
That's pretty cool.
Keeps digging the ball. BYU keeps winning. Like, let's give you an award, I guess. Sam Burgee subbing in on the front row. Here's Knight.
Tough serve.
Worthington handles it well. Gabi Garcia Fernandez. Knight pops it up, but it goes down. 11-7 on Gabi Garcia's now match high 7th kill on 10 swings.
Yeah, Gabi on the left side.
He trained as an outside with the Puerto Rican national team this summer.
Well,
he went
shows.
He thought about not training, and he went in with an open mind. He was back up to Maurice Torres, played off the bench for the first time in his career, played it outside. Look out.
Touch.
That was a balk. Almost hit Jake Langlois' picture. Timeout as John Spra scratches his head, down 5. He'll talk it over with the Bruins, trying to figure some things out. Down to 15 in 5. Davide Gardini finished it right here. What a match that was, dude.
That was awesome. The reverse sweep. I like it. Takes a lot of guts to pull off the reverse.
Yes, Davide Gardini with 6 kills on 13 swings. And look at this. BYU blowing it open, 15-8. Now, the buzzer sounded, but there was already a timeout. That was an accidental buzzer.
Yeah, that was
15-8. We're staying here.
The ref's like, get back here.
What are you
I
doing?
did not release you. No one excused you.
Now, on the flip side, offensively, you mentioned UCLA's numbers. BYU 7-1-8, hitting 750.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 kills on 8 swings.
Nuts, yeah.
And BYU still playing music during the set. Interesting.
It's all working.
The home court advantage. Like the NBA or something.
Oh, my.
Oh, Jimma stuffs Gabi Garcia Fernandez. Take a picture, 'cause that's rare.
I was just about to say, Gabi, 7 kills hitting 600. That's going to drop a little like that ball just did off of that huge block from Jimmer. That is a low ceiling right there.
It's a heavyweight matchup right there. Oh, my gosh. Those two going at it.
Wow.
15-9. We'll see if that plays a role, but Jensen goes long.
Yeah, that's the thing. If the toss isn't there, he struggles to.
And Jensen is getting pulled. Sam Coburn coming in, the redshirt junior from Newport Beach, to set. So Jensen getting a breather as things are out of hand, down 7 in set 2.
Wow.
And here's Gabi Garcia Fernandez, perhaps frustrated from a moment ago.
Oh, hammer that.
Stanley with the dump, the overpass kill. So Ace Man has an ace sign. He also has an OPK, overpass kill.
Yeah.
Because that should be acknowledged as well.
And that was pretty legit.
Timeout,
Smart
Bruins.
move. That was straight down, I'll say that.
Gabi Garcia Fernandez with pressure from the line, and BYU blowing out the Bruins in set 2. Okay, out of the timeout. Gabi Garcia Fernandez.
Uh-oh. Oh, almost got it. Still.
Outside the antenna. And that's as good as an ace,
That
but he won't
didn't.
get credit for one. And that is our first SVR break
Did
tonight.
not. You can't hold Gabi back, man. When that guy's on a mission, he's on a mission. Speaking of being on a
His
mission.
mission is in Provo. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on a mission for the BYU Cougars in Provo. Alex Knight,
Well, he's
perfect pass
converted
to
me.
Coburn.
Oh, that's a
And
nice turn.
Gemma
Jeez.
Gets the kill despite the deflection.
I was
of
just going to
Fajeda.
say, that's a huge block up in front of him, who was like early and right there. But such a nice turn cross body.
And Gemma, that's just his third kill of the match. He's
Yeah.
only been set 7 times. Bergie out. He
another
has not been
misread.
able to find it.
Yeah.
And look at this. Just 19 to
There's
10.
a lot of coaches that will not acknowledge the fact that the elevation makes a difference.
What elevation?
Right? That's kind of the census. But I'm telling you right now, you can see, I guarantee every one of these guys can serve bombs down at sea level. It really, really is tough to serve up here.
Coburn for Knight, and that was a little low, and he is blocked. It's 20 to 10, Steve.
Yeah, BYU is just not looking back. They're playing well and getting UCLA in all kinds of trouble.
Knight just trying to clean that off the block or get something a little bit low. Again, Jensen was pulled. Sam Coburn in, the backup setter. Here's Gardini. Perfect set. And UCLA
What did I miss?
into the net.
Is that what
Coburn?
it was?
Coburn was called for something.
Interesting.
Maybe it wasn't a perfect pass.
If I'm Coburn, I'm setting Gemma every ball. I don't care where it is. Even if Gemma gets subbed out, I'm still setting him.
That would be an interesting choice. Coburn for Knight. He is blocked by Fajeda. Coburn.
Oh, it's a nice spot. Wow.
Kaczynski. Is this still alive? It was for a moment. Wow. BYU didn't get it over. UCLA thought it was done. Were we going to have another one of those? We had those a few years ago with USC. Oh,
No,
that
he
is
did not get
clearly
that.
down, yeah.
And Gabi's
No
like, I'm
whistle
not messing
came.
up my hitting percentage trying to get that ball.
Cole Kaczynski with 7 kills to lead the way. Kaczynski and Knight. So the 2 freshmen leading the way for UCLA with 13 kills.
How
Gemma
nuts
off
is
the
that?
tape. Stanley, Fajeda! Still good?
Wow.
Still good.
How is that ball still up?
Gardini with the jump set. Eschenberg dug up, overpass. Fajeda wants it, he gets it, and it's out.
Oh, shoot.
UCLA kept that alive, despite being down 10. Still some heart.
That was a huge dig on a big-time swing.
Everyone thought,
No, that ball's down.
oh, that hit the ground.
Yeah, that
What
was
in
so
the world?
fast.
Yeah, and there's
Sean's
going to be
gonna-
a challenge.
Oh, he is challenging that. Oh,
And-
yeah, of course
And
he
he's
is.
going
Why
to get
wouldn't he?
this.
Yeah.
And Sean's giving that look like he does, like, no, I know this thing, and I know it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was a libero myself.
like, come on.
He's like, that ball was down.
Yeah.
He did not dig that.
So there you go. We missed it as well, live
I
action.
know.
It's like, wait,
That
what?
was amazing. I saw a weird hop type thing, like a quick bounce, but it was so fast.
That is 1,000,000% on the ground.
He's like, no, it went off my foot-ish.
And it took the perfect hop, yeah. So that's a couple plays in a row where both teams thought it was
Yeah,
down
Davide
and it
saw it.
wasn't, right?
Is
Extended.
it Davide? It's like, no, yeah, Davide's pointing. He's like, oh, maybe not. Maybe
But
that's
I
not
would
he's
rather
not.
have, if you're not sure, to keep it
Yeah, let
playing.
him play
'cause
it
you
out.
can always go back and
Sure.
challenge it. But this one is like, yeah, it was kind of ping-ping, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
This
call.
is in, BYU wins.
That's a smart challenge.
So our first challenge of the night, and it is successful from Sean Olmstead. If you're new to the game, welcome.
Felipe's like, give me my kill back.
Yeah. 3 challenges per coach, well, per team, and you keep them if you get them correct.
That was,
That does not work in marriage, however.
which is a shame, really.
Yeah, but you really wish it worked. 22-11. Here's John Stanley. This is blowout city. Set 2.
That's a big serve, handled well.
Kaczynski dug up by
Look at that.
Gardini. Stanley, high for Eschenberg, off hands. Yep.
Davide's like, don't tell me I can't play defense.
4 kills for Zach Eschenberg, and there's his wife Kennedy. Will be a senior on the women's volleyball team. All-conference player. (23-11) for John Stanley, redshirt freshman, Will's younger brother.
If I read the lips right, that was funny.
Gobrin.
Oh, that's a big
yeah.
swing. So Mike, one of the assistants, ran back and said something to John Stanley before he served it, and the up ref's like, "You can't do that." It was just kind of funny. Get out of there.
Kuczynski. This one's tight.
Oh, that's a
tip.
nice.
Oh, Will Stanley makes set point with his tip on 2.
And kill him with kindness. Check out how, like, softly, killing him softly.
Oh, a Knight swiped at it and went past him. And Stanley's
Just
pumped.
out of
He didn't
reach.
play in this match last year.
It's like
He was
teasing
hurt.
him.
Stanley for set point number 1.
That was low.
I'll tell Tia. Yauhiainen wants it. Give me some of this over the triple block. Yes. 25-12. Are you kidding me? Can do. Matt Youngren starts things in set 3. Tight pass. And then Gabi Garcia Fernandez with the bump. Jensen just swings on 2 and just hits it into Will Stanley.
That was a very, very hard angle.
That was better than anything we saw in set 2 from UCLA.
And that's like, he's standing there like, ah, look out. Oh, it's Zach.
Look
Yeah,
how-
right at Zach.
Yeah, look at that angle, man. Gabi Garcia Fernandez pounds it. And maybe Gabi's saying, oh, you're going to hit my guy in the head? Let's go.
Somehow UCLA got 3 touches on that swing from Gabi.
All on accident.
Not very controlled touches, but they were touches nonetheless.
Now let's see if Zach Eschenberg
Hit that magic bullet from the
Hits it.
JFK thing.
to his brother. He does. Good pass from Ian, from his brother Zach.
Oh,
Alex
just
Knight
out of bounds.
2-1.
That's kind of fun. Serving at your brother.
Yes, walk me through what you think that might be like here.
That would be really, really cool. My older brother played here at BYU back when they were still club, and we played a couple times in the outdoor. And it's funny, he's older than me, my hero, and so it was hard for me to serve against him. Clearly not hard for Zach to serve at his brother. This is his younger brother though, so that's different.
Cole Kuczynski, 8 kills.
That's
They
pretty
played
fun.
together growing up, same club, same high school, 2-year difference. Different schools they've chosen to go to. Kuczynski's been good, by the way.
Really, really good. That flies.
Kuczynski and Knight, they got a bright future
Yeah.
in Westwood. There's Jensen. A
Another
heavy
tough-
ball is the lefty.
Yeah, another tough toss, but able to control that one. This is scary because now he's getting a little more comfortable back there.
And Gardini hits it long. Jensen back to the line.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where you want to get this guy off the line as soon as possible. I wonder if Sean will even call a timeout if he gets another one here.
Maz Jensen, 6'10" freshman from Denmark. Stanley Yauhiainen. Dug up by Power.
Way inside
Kuczynski
again,
off of
but
Stanley again.
wow.
And BYU tripled and left Stanley alone on the angle, playing
Yeah.
perhaps the scouting report on Kuczynski, although
See?
he's gone line or angle a lot.
Well, he had to on that one. That ball was way, way inside. And typically, that's a ball that feeds the block, like it's almost a trap set, but huge swing.
And Jensen stays on the line. Can they get him off? 4-2 Bruins.
That'll do it.
Gardini, yes. And an extremely late dive taken for some reason by Jensen and Cole Power. What was that?
It's probably one of those things where in practice, if they don't at least hit the floor, they're running. They're like, no, coach, look, we're diving still.
The
Look.
ball had hit the ground and then come back, and then they dove.
They had to wait to serve the next ball because they were trying to get him back on the court.
Yauhiainen, 4-3 Bruins, set 3 down 2-0.
That was a better set.
Oh, Knight through the block, and he had to wait for a second, but still hung in the air and got it. Alex Knight, the freshman, who the last 4 matches is hitting .410 and has 48 kills.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
Had a double-double against Long Beach State, 10 and 10. Sister and grandma went to UCLA. Here he is, playing for the Bruins.
They're not out by much. That's the crazy thing. I'm telling you, at home at UCLA, that ball's in by a couple feet.
The advantage that BYU has
Yeah, it's
at
weird.
elevation. Yet sometimes it seems like BYU doesn't use it themselves. Oh, man. You know when Garcia Fernandez is serving. That was Eschenberg's first hit. Look at the lefty by Gardini. Got all the shots.
Hey, I think that was kind of more out of necessity because that was set really fast, and I don't think he could have gotten his right arm to that ball. But kill nonetheless.
And Spencer and I are excited.
Yeah, you are.
5-5.
Oh, got it.
Ace from Gabi Garcia Fernandez. 120 in his career now. Second of the night.
I'm not sure if Ian gave him a little bit of room there on the line. We'll be able to see here. No, that's pretty good, but look at that serve. Man, that's a beautiful thing right there.
And I guess we're going to shot of Spencer and I after everything. There you go. Kaczynski.
Oh, the Chester, but it works.
And the tip because the triple was up. Smart play from Davide Gardini. Whether last week it was behind his head or it's left-handed, it's all working right now for Davide, and BYU, after trailing most of the set, up 7-5 now. Timeout early for John Sprawn Company, down 2-0.
If I got hurt and was laid up at home, I wouldn't even think to call a lawyer. What a hassle. I'd want to meet them first.
What if I told you that for your first consultation, your lawyer will come to you, home or hospital?
Really?
Really.
They do that?
If you've been seriously injured, we'll come to you. It's your job to get better. It's our job to deal with the insurance companies and protect your legal rights.
Learn more at siegfriedandjensen.com.
Welcome to Show Offs.
Getting the point.
Explain it to him like a schoolhouse rock.
I'm bad.
God.
And so are you. I'm a B-A-D-T-U-Y. Bad guy.
BYU Volleyball on BYU TV is brought to you by Brady Industries. Honestly better. Intermountain Healthcare, healing for life, and by Deseret First Credit Union. You know why, we show how.
Inside the Tanner Building, home of the famous business school here at BYU, the Marriott School. Join us tomorrow night, 16th ranked BYU Gymnastics taking on Sacramento State. The Hornets in town. Abby Minor been awesome in the all-around 4 wins in a row. Check it out tomorrow night on BYU TV. Then we'll be back Saturday night, by the way, with Pepperdine and BYU. Early time, 7 Eastern. Back-to-back aces for Gabi Garcia Fernandez, who has a dinner appointment apparently.
What SVR? Well, I never even heard of that. Don't even care. Another big one down the line again. Deja vu. Did I just say that?
That's redundant. BYU in transition. Gabi Garcia Fernandez kept
Nice
up,
stop.
popped up. Kaczynski, this is coming over to BYU. Quickly to Fajeda, and that one was a spinner that went out, and it gets Gabi Garcia Fernandez off the line.
Yeah, Gabi's like, come on.
Really? Well,
Yeah, I was feeling it.
Gabi's pass was such that he wasn't going to get that swing.
That's true, yeah.
So, starts there, right?
There you go. That starts with the pass.
I don't want to say it, but I got to say it.
I didn't want to be that guy.
Come on. But I'm going to be that guy.
Good call.
Here's Jimma. Danon Kofi Jimma. He's a senior already, by the way. Can you believe that?
Great. I know, that was weird. Whoa.
The thumper.
Okay. That was like a half swing, too, and that was still a pretty nice ball.
Get some pepper on that, baby.
He, like, stops his arm halfway through that.
And look at him hold still to not go under. Look. Yeah.
It's all about your core. You got to have a strong core.
And you do.
That's so not true.
9-6. Here's Gardini.
Oh, big serve. Handled well.
Ian Eschenberg. Passed by Zach. Low for Gardini. Still live. Youngren up and over, but out of bounds. BYU continues its lead. 10-6, Gardini. Go back to the line, having a nice night. Match high 10 kills for Davide. Son of Andrea, multi-Olympian and world champion with Italy.
Another big serve, handled pretty well. Another inside set.
Will Stanley with the dig. Mitchell Worthington, this is tough for Gabi Garcia Fernandez, and then Youngren pounds it off of Fajeda, who's like, what am I supposed to do?
Well, that was a nice job to keep that ball in play, but that was also a really nice set for the middle, who took well advantage of it. Oh, hey, look at that.
Look at Fajeda right here. Yeah, okay.
You know, you have 3 contacts. Jeez.
Youngren 3 for 5. Skaczynski. Eschenberg.
Heavy ball.
Power with the dig.
Yeah,
Jensen.
handled well.
Kaczynski blocked by Fajeda. Point BYU 11-7. 7th block of the night for the Cougars. Number 1 in the MPSL.
I will say UCLA's doing a nice job this set, hitting 333. BYU 364, but finishing that second set hitting in the negative. So done a better job, even with Gabi on the line.
Still 200 for the match, just not low.
Yeah,
too low.
Low.
Quick to Kaczynski through the block.
Yeah.
5th block a moment ago, by the way, for Fajeda. And Kaczynski, 5 straight games with 10 kills. Quality freshman. And you see the international flavor of UCLA.
Yeah.
With a couple Canadians and Kaczynski and Gemma. Jensen by Denmark. Look out from Ian Eschenberg. Now, I wish I knew where his family was if they're here. Do they have one of those split shirts? You know what I'm saying? how does that work?
I don't know. Maybe the dad sits on one side, the mom sits on the other, and they switch.
Now you've separated the family. You know, what are we doing here?
What are you going to do?
But that does happen, right?
You got to do something.
Sit right in the middle. Alex Knight up the block. Knight's been quietly productive. 8th kill. Has had 6 errors, however. It's been blocked quite a bit in the net. 12-9. Lead cut down to 3 now. Here's Youngren. And 3 aces versus Princeton. Look at the swinging set from Stanley. And Jensen goes on 2. There it is. It's back. If BYU got any kind of slumber with that, they got to wake up.
I was going to say, I think the serving from BYU has been tough enough that he hasn't really had a whole lot of opportunities to do that. But clearly on a ball like that, on an overpass, oh, I'm surprised he didn't jump up and hammer that.
And Jensen goes again. Look at Worthington with the up.
Mitch.
Gabi Garcia Fernandez is blocked. And Jensen is taking over the match. Look at this, lead down to 1.
Dude, talk about digging a foxhole. Incoming. Look at this dig by him. Oh, that's a poster right there.
4-1 run for the Bruins. Poor pass. Worthington for Gabi Garcia Fernandez swinging over the top. Got blocked. Triple up and pounded off the block by Gabi Garcia Fernandez.
See, I don't know if, you know, maybe you don't out there watching, maybe you don't watch a lot of volleyball. It's such a smart play on that first ball, just to kind of go soft into the block, to have that ball blocked back, to give yourself a second opportunity, and then he just detonates on that second attempt.
Eschenberg to Eschenberg again there. There's Gemma on the outside, and no one goes and gets it. 13-12.
Great job at the soft block, but someone's got to come and dig that second ball. I don't know, maybe Mitch was somewhere. Oh yeah, he was pretty far over, thinking somebody else had that.
Right, Stanley's gonna try and not get it, so he can set it. Here's Jensen again. Good serve.
Good serve, Zach with a nice pass.
Gardini off the block, gets Jensen off the line. That's a big. 14-12. BYU led 11-7. UCLA able to claw back into it.
Yeah, it seems like early on in Zach's career, his passing struggled a little bit here and there. It's been really good this year. Really good. I mean, that was a big serve right there, and he passed it really well.
Elhiainen cross-court to Ian Eschenberg. Pulls Jensen out. Here's high for Gemma. And Gemma off the block.
It's a beautiful thing about a hitter that good is even when you're out of system. He's, you call it the custodian, the garbage man, able to clean that up.
Two-time Ryan Millar Award winner, the greatest player from BYU ever, has the Middle Blocker of the Year award named after him from off the block, and that one's out from Fajeda. 14s, we're tied up.
How cool to have an award named after you. That's pretty nice.
We can make a Steve Vale award if you like.
Well, I've got a ski resort named after me, but not really.
That's true. That's true. I haven't heard of the Steve part. Yeah. Fajeda again. Kept alive by Knight. Nice play. This is
pretty
hittable.
nice set.
But blocked by BYU at the net. Ian Eschenberg went after it, but he gets blocked. 15-14. 8th block for the Cougars tonight.
Well, that was a nice set, like on a warm-up swing with no block up. But when you've got 3 giants in front of you, and it's that tight, maybe not that great of a set.
Here's GGF.
Oh, look at that pass.
Eschenberg passes it better this time.
Wow.
And Jimma with Jensen.
That was pretty right there. All 3 contacts were beautiful. It was a little bit of a spatch. I think he was a little bit out of sorts when he hit that, but still, yeah, not so much. That was still a really nice swing.
Jimma gets so high on
Yes,
that.
he does.
15s in set 3. UCLA trying to push this to 4, down 2-0. Jimma with a good
Another
serve.
nice pass.
Blocks late. Eschenberg did get hands on it, though. Eventually goes down 16-15.
Yeah, can't say enough about how well Davide is doing passing and in defense. That was a great pass on a really tough serve.
And that's enabled a team like BYU that essentially has the same group to go from 13-12, finished ranked 11th, to #1 in the media poll, #1 and #2 in the coaches, as Kaczynski goes long.
Looks like Sparrow might want to challenge that. I wonder, maybe not.
He's going to challenge that was in 17-15. And that's something we've talked about, Steve, is what's been the big difference for BYU? It's the same team as last year, and they weren't that good. And tied for 4th in the league. Here BYU is, for some people, the #1 team in the country. And perhaps, as we look at this, is this in or not?
Oh, that's a good call.
Yes.
Good challenge right there.
Yes. He's going to get that and get it back.
That was a nice
It's going to be
swing.
tied at 16.
You know, I don't want to take anything away from Brody because I thought he came in and set really well for BYU. But having Will Stanley back and having him set, he's a great leader. He puts the ball in the right spot, great tempo. I don't know. I mean, it's the same guys. The other thing is BYU, I feel like they're passing better this year than they have in a long time. And both those 2 things together, that's huge.
And perhaps we ought to credit BYU with, it took a year to get the culture and the locker room back after having Bryce Jarman, Brendan Sander, Leo Durkin. Those guys went to 3 Final Fours. No one had ever done that at BYU.
Yeah.
You want to keep it going and maintain that, but it took a sec to say, all right, it's some of these new guys that was in Point UCLA. We're tied at 16.
Yeah, it's a nice challenge there by John.
And those 3 guys were significant. All-Americans, Final Fours, national runner-ups a couple times. And now this BYU team, you know, it didn't just happen for them, but they put in the work and they have a ton of talent. And right now it's Hawaii and BYU as the #1 teams in the country.
Yeah, that's the one thing I would say. I think they lean pretty heavy on the 2-pin hitters. They need to try to get those middles a little more action to just make that block be a little more honest.
Tied at 16, Zach Eschenberg with the kill on the other side of the net from his brother Ian. Fun to see those 2 brothers go at it here tonight.
That is. Bruins are doing a nice job keeping this one close. I think they've trailed pretty much the whole time, but they're only down 1 in a must-have win here in set number 3.
This is John Stanley at Ian Eschenberg. Jensen. Ian Eschenberg hits it out.
I was going to say, it seemed like that ball had like a weird angle to it, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see, maybe not.
Ian Eschenberg, was there touch? No challenge coming from BYU, or excuse me, UCLA.
Yeah, it's timeout. See, this is
and excuse me, there is a challenge.
I don't know. I didn't see it there, and that's a pretty Pretty nice camera. And you can't, it's tough with that. I didn't see his fingers go back, but it's tough at that angle.
You're going to have to definitively see it. And this
no, there's no touch, I don't think.
At the moment, no, it's 17. Did they call touch? Did I miss that?
I think they did call it touch, and I think Sean challenged it. They did not.
Yeah. Yeah, the point was given to UCLA, so I believe the challenge is by BYU. Excuse me.
Yeah. It seemed like Sean was debating whether or not he was going to call it, and then went ahead and called it anyway. I don't see a touch on that, but again, it's that tough call, right? The call was already made. It's got to be definitive to change that.
It's got to be definitive that there is no touch.
And as awesome as this camera is, it's
no
I don't
finger
think
bent
so.
back,
And
yeah.
the ball is spinning the exact same off the swing all the way through. I don't think it changed at all. So a lot of times.
And this is our super slow-mo. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a touch there.
I don't think so. But again.
Well, do you not think so, or definitely not? Because that's the kind of.
It has to be definite. I would say there's no touch.
You have to know for sure.
But again, you know, I'm not a ref.
Now look at this shirt, by the way, behind the girl dancing.
I missed it.
It says "Beat the Bruins." This is a shirt from the '90s, from BYU and UCLA, from way back when.
That's awesome.
Pretty awesome.
It looks pretty
Beat the
brand
Bruins,
new
yeah.
still.
That thing, I mean, that thing could be from '97.
It only makes its way out of the closet at least once a year.
That's right. That is exactly right. So still waiting on this one. Mike Farish taking a long time to check this one out, wants to get it right. These two teams will play again to finish the regular season April 11th at UCLA. Next up for BYU Pepperdine Saturday night, ranked 8th in the country, another big match. We'll have that one at 7 Eastern, a little earlier than normal. And then UCLA, the next match at Stanford on Saturday.
There's nothing against the reffing crew right here, but this does take a very long time.
Now here's the call. Point UCLA, they're
couldn't say one way or the other.
Okay.
And the call was already made, so they stayed with it.
There you go. All right, so we're tied at 17. Hey, check out BYU Sports Nation weekdays on noon Eastern. BYU TV, BYU Radio, myself and Spencer Linton. We break down all things BYU athletics. There we go, Ian Eschenberg. Tied at 17, set 3.
Look at that.
Zach Eschenberg is blocked, but it's out. 18-17. I mean, that was a pound of a block.
That was a gorgeous set, like the flyby, and just great tempo location, zero spin, and yeah, it was a great block, but just out of bounds.
Kuczynski out.
A little bit long too.
19-17. These are big swings, down 2-0 in this match. And now it's 19-17. By the way, the 25-12 set 2 win for BYU. The last time BYU beat UCLA anything like that, you have to go back to 2015.
Wow.
Had that kind of set. Jensen, Knight dug up by Worthington. Stanley. High for Eschenberg, off the triple block. BYU in transition. Yauhiainen tries to set it over. He is blocked. And then Eschenberg, soft block as well. Jensen, Youngren, yes.
Youngren gets him out of trouble. That was a nice swing and kill.
Youngren 5 for 7, no errors.
Nice pass by Cole, the libero, as well. Hanging tough over there.
Youngren, a guy that played 3 years at UC Irvine. Nobody home for Zach Eschenberg. Past his brother Ian. 2018.
Yeah, that open net. You don't see that a ton in college volleyball, but occasionally you will. And you definitely got to take advantage of that as a hitter.
And here's Zach in service, and then serve receive Ian in the primary spot here. And Cole Pender jumps in to pass that. There's Jim,
nice
net
up.
just bouncing off the after the ball hit it. And Gabi Garcia Fernandez, what a shot. Past Jensen and Kaczynski. 21-18.
Cat-like reflexes just to keep that ball in the air. Quick transition and a big-time swing to the hard angle goes Gabi. BYU up 21-18 in a must-have win for UCLA. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a sec.
Let's go, Marshall.
It's pretty much now or never, so I'm gonna really go for it.
Watch the BYU Sacramento State women's gymnastics meet. Live tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Don't miss it.
This is where we dominate. Our playground, place of business. This is our promised land, where we seek to find ourselves.
Alex Knight, 22-18, and this has gotten away from UCLA late in this one, up 4 now.
As a passer, the rule is left is right, meaning if it's to your left, it's an easier pass than having to move to your right to pass it. So that should have been the little brother's ball.
Jimma over the
up
top.
and over.
This one's tight on the net. Jensen blocked by Jauhiainen. He's still on the ground. And then Jensen blocks that. 6-10, get out of my house.
Yeah, Jauhiainen was doing everything he could in that play, but it wasn't enough.
I should mention Pepperdine at Stanford underway, USC at UC San Diego. Pepperdine dropped the first set to Stanford, 25-18. (22-19). Gardini off the block. One in a phone booth. Back to Gardini. Look at this. And then he wipes it off the block. And a
she
lift
called a
called.
lift anyway.
Yeah. And Gardini
looked at her and she just nodded her head. Yeah, you lifted it. Yeah, he did. He kind of, it's almost like a, what do you call it, the double clutch?
Yeah.
Not so good in volleyball.
22-20, timeout. Timeout BYU, 2 in a row from UCLA.
That's a nice call by the up ref, I think. I couldn't really see it. It was behind her, but when you saw the replay, he kind of held it for a minute and then moved it the other direction.
UC Irvine up 2-1 on Concordia Irvine after Concordia Irvine, the Eagles won the first set.
I woke him up a little bit.
These two teams were the teams to beat in the preseason poll. UCLA was actually number 2 in the ABCA poll before the season. They have since dropped to 7. But BYU was 5 of the 7 votes, 5 of the possible 6. You can't vote for yourself.
Yeah,
how do you think this race is going to go? Because right now it kind of looks like BYU versus the field.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't see anybody in this conference being able to stay with BYU. We've seen them play against some of the best teams in the country, and they're flawless so far. And it looks like, unless something horrible happens for BYU, it's going to stay that way after tonight. So I don't know. That's a tough one.
Certainly down a little bit in terms of competitiveness from last year. UCLA and Pepperdine so good. BYU had an offseason. They were tied for 4th. And perhaps back up to that, we see Heather Olmstead, the women's volleyball coach, sister of Sean. Good to see her in the house.
That's got to be a sister sitting next to her. Golly, looks so much alike.
Yep, it is. One of the Olmsteads. Who's going to beat BYU is the question. Pepperdine, Saturday at Grand Canyon, Concordia, UC, Stanford. At Hawaii is perhaps the answer to that if someone's going to do it, barring an upset, right? That's a big match in March, and that one's matched out. SVR goes away.
He owed me one. He bombed an ace on after last timeout, so he owed me one.
This is BYU's best start since 08, by the way, when they started 12-0. Can the undefeated streak continue? BYU up 1, 22-21. Jensen, tough service pressure. Jauhiainen, 23-21.
That's a nice job by Will to go up and get that ball. Nice set over to Mickey. Does another bit of a half swing there to stay clear of the net. It was enough.
Enough to get past Cole Power. 23-21. Can BYU side out to a sweep? Up 2-0 right now. Jensen inside the block with Jimma.
The foot digs.
Jimma swings so fast. I want to call him Jimmer. Swings so fast. Sometimes it's hard to know whether it was on BYU side or UCLA side.
Yeah.
7 kills on 14 swings. 429. Gardini is blocked. Off the block, Gabi Garcia Fernandez, so smart. Match point.
That's a tough ball. It was low and a bit of a trap set. Didn't have a whole lot of options, but pulling out another one of his tools, and side out it is.
Gabi Garcia Fernandez ended the match Saturday with an ace. Goes way out.
Tried to do it again tonight.
24-23, match point number 2. And a substitution. Jimma will come out from the service line. And in will come Sam Coburn.
I wonder if he's been given the green light to go after it. Nope.
For the match. Fajeda ends it. BYU sweeps UCLA first time in 2 years. And the Cougars keep the undefeated season alive at 11-0. 4 different times since 2013, BYU's won 11 straight. Every single year they went to the Final Four.
Yeah, they're playing really well this year. Hats off to UCLA. That first set was very, very tough. Things could have been very different had they won that first set, but BYU, man, they just controlled set